Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of March 30th, 2020. Every week we chat about the things parents are talking about, complaining about, and obsessing about right now. I'm Catherine Holeko, and I'm here with Nicole Eridix.
Hello.
And Terry Morrow.
Hello.
This week we are, of course, still talking and complaining and obsessing about the coronavirus situation.
Is there anything else to complain and obsess about?
But we'll also take a couple of breaks this week for an entertainment discussion and a recommendation roundup. Today, we're talking about how our families are entertaining themselves while we shelter in place. So the other day, my husband turned on ESPN, and it was this channel called ESPN The Ocho, which I had no idea there, because there's like apparently, a dozen different iterations of ESPN. Anyway. As there are no sports, no live sports, no new sports happening, they were airing this contest called Slippery Stairs, where it was just kids. They were not even adults. They were like 10-year-olds in those morph suits, like the full body, like clingy unitard thing that's one color. And they were just trying to climb up these stairs that were all greased up. That's it. That was a competition. And then the next thing they aired was something called death diving, which was basically like people jumping off a 10-meter high diving board and trying to make the biggest splash.
Wow.
And then they went to something that had to do with juggling, like people juggling those clubs, and it was like a team competition. I don't know. I couldn't understand it.
Wow.
But anyway, it just got me wondering if there's things happening in our homes now that eventually could end up on this ESPN channel, because we're all turning to, alternative forms of entertainment.
Right. And let's just observe a moment of silence for ESPN, which has nothing to broadcast and must turn towards things like this.
It's something. So, is your family competing against each other for most hours of Netflix watched or most time on the treadmill? I was thinking, oldest staple from the pantry that you consumed without incident.
Well, I was thinking most steps in a day taken to the pantry. Because that's our problem.
Can you set
Your
Fitbit
Fitbit
for that?
only activates when you're going to and from the pantry.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
dear.
sad.
That
That's
would be an
definitely a
upsetting
competition.
statistic.
My son is having a gaming marathon, so I don't know if that counts.
Oh, wow.
He and his girlfriend are constantly on Minecraft.
My son is also on Minecraft. He's building a building that looks like a giant jar of pasta sauce.
Oh.
But it's a building. It's all made out of glass. And he had to actually, he was doing math. He's like, Mom, I'm doing math. I'm figuring out how many blocks I need to make this. So.
Mom, I'm doing math is the excuse they use. Okay. Yeah, we have no gamers in my house. There was a very brief period of time when we used to be into the GameCube many years ago. And since then, they all just kind of decided, nah. But that would be a useful thing that we could all do together. But no, we are taking a lot of walks and, doing the coronavirus scurry as you're walking down the sidewalk. If you see somebody coming to this, towards you, you have to run to the other side of the road.
Right.
And then you're just like, okay, are we going to run to the other side of the road or are they going to run to the other side of the road? And then you give them the wave like, no offense, just trying to stay safe.
Just trying to social distance. We're
Swear
good.
this woman almost ran into traffic to avoid us the other day.
Oh.
So it was a busy street. You can scurry to the other side of the street on most of the streets around here, especially when there's no school traffic. But there is one main street that's a little more difficult. So they need to build little shelters for people to stand while somebody walks past.
I think my daughter is going for a record in most chocolate chips used because She has been baking
nice.
quite a lot. So.
How's she finding flour? That's a big deal in our neighborhood.
Really?
Well, I think she used up everything we had, and I don't know if we've tried to get any more yet.
Oh.
She definitely used up all the chocolate chips that we had. So
yeah, speaking of oldest pantry item, I don't think we've used flour in a really long time because I used to bake a lot and I bought a lot of flour for baking and then I didn't use it for whatever reason. And so my husband made something the other day that used it and he brought it out and I'm like, check it for bugs.
Yeah.
Is it still okay? And we ate what he made with it and we're all still, in good gastrointestinal health. So I guess it was okay. But tonight we're having some red snapper that's been in the freezer for possibly a month or more. And, send us a good thought around dinner time, will you please?
It should be okay. If it was frozen.
Wow.
You don't always have a choice to go out and get the thing that would be better.
That's right. Well,
yeah, so we're doing some adventure eating here. That would be one of our.
Right.
My husband is bored and looking up new recipes, so.
See, now that would correlate to our food. Deep diving into the freezer. So how far can you go down in your freezer for food?
That's right. How many layers? We've been doing a popular craze that is sweeping the nation, of course, is the toilet paper search. And, we have recently been somewhat successful in that, but that seems to be a thing.
Oh, for sure.
How many rolls can you find?
Yeah.
And are they of anything that you wish to use?
Yeah, because my daughter was at Target recently, and I said, okay, well, see if, we have a decent supply, but I'm like, well, just while you're there, see what they have.
That's right.
And, what she got was terrible. It was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, I guess better than nothing, but.
My friend texted me that she bought toilet paper on eBay because she was like, and this was her rationalization. She said, what if we have to start using napkins? It's bad for morale. So therefore, spending a lot of money on eBay on toilet paper was necessary for her family's morale.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty good rationalization.
Yeah. I wasn't able to I tried to find some online and it was all out of stock everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose another contest we're playing these days is worst price gouging.
Yeah.
We always get these vitamins online, and the place we get them from is out. So I guess there's been hoarding of them or a rush on them or whatever. So I found
something you recommended.
I talked about Health Warehouse.com and I recommended them, but they ran out of them. They couldn't save them for the regular customers, apparently. But I went on to Amazon, and I used to buy them on Amazon, and I went to one of the places I had bought them before, and the same thing that I paid $27 for, 6 months ago is now $70.
Oof.
So I reported them to Amazon. So we are doing a lot of treadmilling here, so we probably could set up some sort of contest on that and doing the weights. I think we could, for my son, set up a record of most minutes sitting on the couch with mom and dad because we're making him sit and watch Sunday Mass with us. And we just, other religious things that come onto the YouTube. We sit in front of our smart TV and watch them. And we're, negotiating with him constantly. Come sit with us. It'll be fine. So I think he has sat nicely with us on the couch for more minutes over the last 2 weeks than possibly the last 10 years, maybe.
That sounds like he deserves some sort of medal.
I think he deserves
trophy.
a medal. Yes, absolutely. And, some time off. But for every hour you sit with us, we will leave you alone for 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're negotiating that with our daughter. Just come downstairs for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Oh,
Don't be in your room all the time.
Yeah, it's bad.
But then when they come out of their room, you have to find something to do with them.
I know, right? Or else they'll be like,
and that is...
there's nothing to do. I'm going back to my room.
Right.
It's like you spend some nice family moments together and you're like, okay, go back to your room.
Yeah.
It's okay. tired of having to think of something for you to do.
I know.
But,
yeah. We're struggling with that too. My daughter's girlfriend has been coming up with a variety of things to bake or cook for us. So that's been
nice.
Interesting.
I'm so jealous.
Adventure and eating. So how many different recipes and types of food can we eat? So probably the competition then would be like the most weight gained during this time period.
Yeah, it's dangerous because both my husband and my daughter like to cook when he cooks, she bakes, and neither of them are making, Weight Watchers approved items.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Well, I saw today that the one of the bishops in New Jersey, the Bishop of Metuchen, said that Catholics are released from the obligation to avoid meat on Fridays in Lent because we're already giving up too much for the coronavirus.
Oh.
And I don't know how I feel about that, but I think Weight Watchers should follow suit. I think we should all be released from the obligation to stick to our points in this trying time.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. No?
Well.
No? Still no?
You can do that.
I can release myself from the obligation by stopping paying them.
You can certainly release yourself, but the problem is...
But I want Weight Watchers to come on and say, we're giving everybody 20 more points. It's stressful right now. Go eat a brownie. It's fine. We'll deal with this when it's over. It's not good to be too skinny in an epidemic, You're weakening yourself. Bulk up a little, everybody.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oprah, can you hear me? That would be a good thing to do. So.
Definitely lots of different and unique activities happening, that's for sure.
There do seem to be. I wonder if at some point our society will look back at this time and count most podcasts started by famed people.
I know
more competition to us.
I've also certainly been talking on the phone an awful lot, as opposed to texting, which has been interesting. So
I have like a long list of people I really should call. I have not yet done it. There's always something else that I need to do. Texting works because I can multitask, but really need to.
Well, I think people are just wanting human interaction. So
right.
I know I've just had several friends call me.
If someone does call you, call them back, because the other day I had emailed my mom about something and she replied and said, give us a call later. So I did, and then she didn't pick up and didn't answer didn't reply for overnight. And I was freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
Are you not calling me back because you're in the hospital with coronavirus?
Ay. That would be scary. But, consider our podcast here to be us waving in a friendly way to you from a distance.
That's right.
And saying, that's it for today's round 1. Tune in tomorrow for our entertainment-themed round 2, and later in the week to find out what we're complaining about, obsessing about, and recommending right now. We're always interested in what you have to say, so drop us a comment on our website, our Facebook page, or Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.